This is the cinemas. Have some respect.
Hush!
You again.
Okay. Wow! Shish! Pure back alla macchina!
That's it, buddy. You're out of here.
No! Le movies! Papi! Stop! Macarena, shush!
That's enough, fella. Move that tookin'.
Les movies! Bello, backflash! Po,
Oh, well, if it isn't Mr. Peanut again. Out you go. They do not pay me enough to deal with this baloney. Get up, get out.
Oh, c'est les pouillards! Bayou pudding! Oh, shh! Choucha! Sniffa, les potes, snip, chat! Stoppa la Macarena! Bow! Okay.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Talks Too Much.
La potaille.
Hello. Time to go, Gabby Goose.
Right there! Every one of the cities gets a shot at being star live on my stage!
Don't you look so worried, face? I've got one for you.
Time to put your walking boots on.
Wow! Meow! Shish!
Well, good evening and welcome to another Scale Model Ninja. Well, it's been over a week since I've been on, so I do apologise. I have been busy working wise, hence the reason why we didn't do a stream on Saturday, because I had to go and look after a friend's farm. So that was all fun and games, and that was me and the young lad. We also had a nice, just a night out basically over there and looking after animals. But yeah. So tonight we'll be carrying on with the Mortis engine, and I have actually done a little bit more on it. So I've actually got a little bit done. So yeah, moved it along a little bit. So yeah, I'll show that in a minute. This week I've also been building a 1/32 scale Lynx. Now my youngest one picked this out of the stash. So there we go, that's where I'm up to on it. And it's got quite a bit of photo etch into it on the interior. So sadly you can't really see it unless you take pictures of it and everything like that. Which will be putting some pictures up of it on my Patreon at some point in the very near future. I've been a wee bit busy sorting things out with a job that I've started on at the moment. And yeah, so it's not exactly been one of the best of weeks so far this week. It's cost me lots and lots of money. Because just as I was starting the job up the road, my main paint sprayer decided to go ka-funk. It blew its main piston out. That actually sucks up the paint, go put it through the gun. So yeah, that's now going to cost me about 140 odd quid to get that repaired. But in a way, it was due, because I've been using it for like 3 years now, and these things happen, sadly. As much as we don't want it, but it was due to go into service at the end of this year anyway. So, but hey ho, these things happen, and we have to survive them one way or another. So yeah, most of that pay of that job's going to go on paying for a new piston area on the old pump. So we're going to chat quickly and we'll see who's in first. And it was Kevin Stevens saying evening Ross and everyone in Chatland. And there's me just saying hi to everyone. And then I'm also saying hi to Kevin and Jackie. So then we've got Jacqueline Crochet in saying good evening everyone. Good evening Jackie, welcome to the stream. And then we've got Marcus Brilliant saying hi Ross and all in chat. Will not stay too long. That's because you've got a bit of a hay fever problem or migraine problem. Basically sinusitis, but he's being interested. And then we've got Kevin saying hi to Marcus, Jackie saying hi to Marcus. And then we've got Marcus saying hi to Kevin and Jackie. Then we've got Marcus saying, Kevin saying, so Ross, how did the animal sitting go at the weekend, buddy? To be honest with you, it went very well. Ron and me went over to the farm, looked after it one night, and yeah, we had a good night. Just a nice and relaxing evening. I was actually intending to do some modelling while I was over there, hence the reason why I took the Mortis engine with me. But I didn't get any of it done. I ended up sitting down, watching different things on the tablet and snoozing. Yeah. So obviously needed to go a snooze at some point, so yeah, that's what happened. And then we've got Kevin Stevens saying evening Korra, yeah, because she was there a minute ago, but she's gone upstairs to have a bath. So yeah. But if people didn't know, my wife is doing I think it's a Young Lives for Cancer walk. Well, she's doing 500,000 steps, and she's trying to raise money in the process of that. Even though she's raised her goal at the moment, but I want to see if I can get that goal a bit higher. So I want to see if we can get her pushed up to 500 quid if possible. I think she's nearly halfway to that target, and I've set that, not her. So I've shared it onto a number of different groups. I mean, it's even on my Facebook page and my work page. So if anybody would like to help her, and she's about I think she's just under 220,000 steps so far she's done. So yeah, she's doing really, really well. And she does on the old walker like she was the other week. So yeah, if anybody can help support her, it'd be much appreciated. And even if you can just give a pound, it all helps. And it all goes directly to the charity, not to us. So they get it through the GoFundMe page. It goes directly to them. We don't touch it whatsoever. So if anybody would like to help, please go on to my Facebook page and you'll find a link there to help support it. I think it's Young Lives Against Cancer. She's doing really, really well. So then there's also my bit of admin, which is if you would like to support this channel, please do so by becoming a patron. And if you do, there are certain perks to it later on, and you'll see my builds or pictures of my builds and everything, and there should be some videos going up of sort of like another build that I'm actually doing off live and basically just having fun doing, which is the civilian aircraft thing. Yeah, me and civilian stuff don't really go along well. But it is being built and it is being videoed. It will be edited and it will go up on the Patreon first and then be released onto my YouTube channel. And that's basically, there's a young lass that did ask me if I'd do anything civilian, and not really, but for her, which is Autism Emily, I am building one of her favourite little aircraft. So there we go. You can also support me through PayPal at Scoundrel Ninja. And then there's also my Buy Me a Coffee link. And any money that comes in through the Buy Me a Coffee link will go directly to Roran for his part of the channel. And he does his stream on a Saturday morning. So anything that comes through that goes directly to him. And yes, he has actually got, because he had a nice donation from a patron of mine as well. And he's now got two of his favourite sets. And one of them, which is a set that he's been after for quite some time, well, I'll just show you quickly, is this one. And it's Jay's Ninjago Jetfire. Whatever that is, I ain't got a clue. But he's been after it for quite some time. So he's a happy bunny with now that it's got that. And top it off, he's also now got that one as well. And he'll be starting them after he's finished his helicopter thing, which is the lifeguard one. Now we've got Collins from 5670 saying, "Hi folks, good evening Colin, and welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for joining us." So tonight I will be carrying on, as I said, with the Mortis engine. Hopefully the sound will stay normal, not lose it, hopefully. But it seems like I'm not being the only one that's been sort of hit with that gremlin. I think Colin had that on Sunday. I think it's a YouTube thing that they seem to sort of like knock the mic out for some reason, where the main person, if you've got two people on, the secondary person seems to be sounding quite nice and normal, and then all of a sudden it's like I go very, very quiet. Don't know why, but hey ho. And then we've got everybody saying hi to Colin. It's like Marcus saying hi to Colin, Jackie saying hi to Colin, and then Colin saying hi to Marcus, and then we've got JC Bricks and Bills in saying evening Ross and everyone in chatland. So good evening James and welcome to the stream. And we've got Kevin saying hi to Colin, and then we've got Colin saying hi to Jackie, crochet up, and then we've got Marcus saying hi to James, and then we've got Kevin saying hi to James, and we've got JC Bricks and Bills saying hi to Marcus, and Jackie saying hi to James, and James is saying hi to Kevin. So yeah, well, got all sorts of things happening at the moment. Me being notified that I'm going live. Yeah, bit late for that, mate. But hey ho. Strange. So we'll change down to Matty Cam because it's I suppose you want to see where I'm up to. And here we go. So there we go. move my coffee out of the way. Put you over here. Now today, because I'm actually doing a big scratch build, I decided to have a quick chat with the telephone repairman. And I was saying to him basically, where did you put all these little offcuts of wire and everything? And he goes, oh, well, normally we just throw them in a bucket and they get recycled. But it was nice enough to give me a chunk of it. So I'm going to make very good use of that. So I've got quite a bit of it in 2 different colours. And I was thinking, like, where I'm doing my big scratch build, to make the pipelines that go on the outside of it and do all sorts of things like that. And yeah, I will make good use of that to make up on that. So yeah. And next time I see him, I'll probably grab some more of him, which I don't mind. Now, there hasn't actually been much movement on my pink tank, but it's now that the rest of the paint's arrived, I should be able to carry it on and get it finished. So yes, it's a neon pink tank that will have a crew of penguins, and I've got to try and get it ready for the Telford show, which I'll be going to. And hopefully, I think if I remember right, the one of the groups that I belong to, Sutton Spartans, they'll be going, and this with the Land Rover will be displayed on it. So yeah, that's one thing on that one. But yeah, basically that's near enough finished, and I'm quite happy with where it's coming along. Then we've got Panzer Cat in. So we've got Panzer Puddy Tat saying hi Ross, good evening Panzer, and welcome to the stream. And then we've got Kevin Stevens saying hi to Panzer. Graham McCorbett, good evening mate, and he's saying hi to Kevin. And then we've got Jacqueline saying hi to Panzer and Graham. And we've got Candygram from Mongo in saying hi Ross and everyone in chat. Good evening Candygram, and welcome to the show. And then we've got Graham saying hi to Jacqueline. You've got James saying, you mean you robbed the phone man? Tut tut. Yeah, well basically he was nice enough to give me some of it, so I don't mind, but it's going to come in very, very handy for doing like the extra pipe work around some of the Warhammer figures and everything that I'm going to do. So yeah, also make up some reins for the penguins. But hey, no, I've got planned for something else. Then we've got Jacqueline saying hi to Jeff, and then Kevin Stevens saying hi to Jeff, and we've got Candygram from Mongo saying hi to Jacqueline Crochet Art, and we've got Candygram from Mongo saying hi to Kevin, and then we've got Scale Model Musing saying hey, good evening Muse, and welcome back. Nice to hear you. And then we've got Marcus saying hi to Panzer and Graham. And then we've got Jacqueline saying hi to Muse, and then Colin saying hi Muse and hugs. And then Marcus Ruron saying hi to Muse, and then Kevin Stevens saying hi to Muse. So, yeah, got a bit of a fuller house tonight, so it's nice to see everybody in. Oh, just knocked a piece off. Never mind, I'll soon glue that back on. There we go. Yeah. Well, usually I should put it right the way around, wash your decks off. There we go. So that's basically where. Oh, let's see if I can get this out for that one a bit. Oh, great. Typical. Kids have been playing with the light again. So, yeah, sadly you can't really see it that much. Let's see if I can get turn it. There we go. So, yeah, that's where I'm up to on the cage section of it. And the steps and the throne or the marker on it. So we're getting there slowly but surely, and we've got a few extra pieces. Hopefully we'll get these pieces on tonight, and then hopefully we'll figure out where they go. So yep, got that. So these pieces, if I remember rightly, go somewhere along here, but we have a bit more work to do on these yet. So we need the Agarax, wherever you are. There it is. Good. And I want to do Korak White, which is it. We've got Muse giving Cole some hugs back. A stirry stick. Now I have got a proper stirrer, but it's not attached to me Dremel at the moment. that Mr. Panzer sent me through quite nice and kindly. Yeah. Oh, just close that off. Oh, you dime bar. Maybe a bit of scrap paper. Yeah, damage. So what I'm going to do here is just going to go through the edges a bit, just gently, just to lighten them up and give them some bit of a, like so. And then we'll go over it again with Agirax Earth Shade. Nope. Nope. That's the one I want to cover. Getting all the way around tonight. We've got Panda Puddy Cat saying hi to Marcus, also saying hi to Muse and Hugs, and he's also saying hi to Kevin and Jackie, and he's also saying hi to James. So these are what be holding the skull book when I put them on. And we'll just give them a dry off a little bit, and then we've got to find, there he is, Mr. Skullbook. Now I have ordered some little like decals that have like runes on them and everything, and I will at some point put them on the pages. So yeah, hopefully we can get that sorted out for it as well. Got Muse saying, Panzer, you're in so much trouble, lol. Oh, help, Panzer, what you been up to now? And then we've got Scalmer and Muse waving. And then we've got Retro Rabbit Studios in saying, hi, Purple. Good evening, Retro, and welcome to the stream. And then Marcus saying hi to Retro. So that will just clean that off. Like so. And take it off like so. Now, hopefully, this should look our way around. Let's get to the right one. I think that one goes onto there. Like that, I think. And then this one comes in and joins up to that one. Like so. And we'll run a bit of none oil over them as well, just to darken them down a bit to match them in. Where are you? That's none oil. Where's that one off before I knock it over again? We've got Jackie saying hi to Retro. So we should attach this. Like so. Now we get this into position. Oh, we're going to knock that off again, aren't you, Ross? Be a bit more careful, you deaf bugger. There we go. More sticky stuff in there. And sticky stuff there. And some sticky stuff along there. Right, there we go. And that should hopefully be in the right position. So as you can see at the moment, it doesn't really fully match in because I've just got to darken it down a little bit more with some nunno, and then it should hopefully just fade in with the rest of it. All goes well with it. Oh. Now we need some sticky stuff on this one. Get it the right way around. Nice to be able to get some parts together again. And there we go. And just a bit. And there we go. So that's the front section on. So it looked something on the lines of that. We've still got the two skull heads and a bit of metal work to do on this back one to do yet, and other than that I think it's looking alright. So put it on to that minute. So I could just blend it in and make it as dark as the rest of it. I'm trying not to put too much on. I don't want it going too dark. I still want it to blend over. It does look a bit different at first, but then when it dries off, it does sort of go just quite nicely in. And if I have to, I'll just go over a bit more Korra white just to line up the edges again. And then down we have the little skull book. Now that should fit somewhere along there. Remember rightly. We'll get some sticky stuff in there. Level that up a little bit, and there we go. So we have Mr. Skullbook on place, and we've got that bit in. We've got Panzer saying hey to Retro. Now, where this cauldron went, guys, I haven't got a Scooby. I will figure it out at some point. This is the problem when you're actually painting stuff, when you've not actually worked out what you want. Now, with this part, you'll notice I've left a part there quite blank, so I'm not sure if that's actually part of another ghouly thing. I've got to work out, because I'm actually doing mine in a completely different paint scheme to what it actually says to do. So I've just got to work out where that is. That's joined onto the leg of a horse. Well, that looks it. Yeah, it does. And that's another gooly thing, I think. Not remember rightly. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Let's see. Yeah, there's a piece that goes to it now. I've got to figure out where these bits join together. Put that one. Put that one. Ah. And that and that piece. So, it's in here somewhere. That one. I think it's. It's that piece. So yeah, that's part of blue cloak, but there's also part of a skeleton there. So yeah, we can work with that. So what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to use this one and I'm going to carry over into this because it's get this laid down first. So when I bring out the detail, it's gonna. I'm actually using the wrong one, but never mind. The detail will come out on it, and it'll be basically picking that up with different colours anyway, so it don't really matter about using the greeny colours. That one I should have been using. Yep. But hey ho. We. You got Jacqueline saying, "Okay, guys, I'm off to bed. Catch up with you all later." No night, Jackie. Take care. Hope you have a good night. And then we've got this one. So hopefully this time around we'll get the right stuff using on it. Usually helps us. So I might have to repaint this piece again. Because I've made a bit of a boober on it. Mind you, I quite like the effect of it. Yeah. Yeah, I actually do quite like the look of that effect, actually. Happy accident, we'll class that as. That means I'm going to have to repaint that one white and then do it like this. Then well, that one's then I want this one. Even though I've got a bit more to do there in a minute. But yeah, I'll redo that piece, which I'm quite happy to do. So I'm quite liking the effect of that one. What do you think? That one? Or that one? Me thinks that's a bit dark. What I want really. On the green wise. I think I might go for the mixture of the other two. So, and we got Jackie saying Knight to Panzer. So what have we all been up to this week? Anything good? And what's on your benches at the moment? I think you can all see what's on mine. That's about right. Right. There's a point I've got to get some. Not that one I want anyway. Where is it? It is. Stay there. And yes, I know I do have a pot holder. It's empty as well, so I should really be using it. Get in there. Yeah. Blend that down. It's looking quite good. Now this one for the horse, we've got a mixture of chainmail and other cloth there. I'll be using slightly different blues. And then for these little dudes, we're going to go Batty Boon. Where are you? There it is. We've got Muse saying about to paint my cute Meng B24. Then Miss Dog has a vet visit. Oh dear. Yeah, my dog, whenever he knows he's going for a vet trip, he's sort of like runs and hides. Now, I want that one. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and bring out the bone work on the horse. I don't want to lose what I'm going to be doing is the green on it. So let's go around where it got the looks like that. Now what I'm trying to hope for is like where I did the on the the Celestial Hurricanum is where I managed to get the horse armor to look quite good. So I'm hoping to try and repeat that. Yep. What I'll do in a minute as well is I'll highlight the teeth inside it in a minute. Come here. I'll go around the flame a bit there. We've got the armor plate there, which is on top of the horse's head. Most skeletal neckline here. It does have some of the greeny flame things that are going to go onto that part on the shade as well. I think on top of those spine links there's actually metal armour by the looks of it. Do have ribs showing on that side as well. So I'll do that bit. I think we've got a skeletal foot there as well. Yep. Alright, definitely. Remember to pull out a new pot of ash batty bone at some point. Yeah, so we've got a bony horse leg showing through this side. So, yep, and then we've got the skeleton in the back there as well. I want to bring out a bit more. Now, normally all this part, what I'm doing here, would be just the nickel oxide paint colour. I'm just doing it so that I prefer to see the actual parts standing out on them, as you can see. So just bringing out all those bits so they all show out later. Then we've got Scully saying she was at the groomers earlier. Successful car ride, no bathing. Great. Good to see that she's travelling well. It's the main thing what you want. Not worse than having your dog throw up in the back of your car. Because it's one of those smells that you can't get rid of for ages and ages and ages. Nope. I think we've got all that sorted. Okay, so now I'm going to try and get this bit there I've missed. Okay, that's that sorted. Now we have got some small bits of flamey things here. It's coming off the back of the horse and everything, and off the rider. There's also some coming off the reins there. So now going around this side. Yeah, a bit. Tie that in a bit better. There's actually part of the hoof there I missed. Okay, we'll go over that in a minute. And this is the main reason why I don't glue all my stuff together. Because otherwise I wouldn't be able to do half these pieces that I'm doing here now. And I'd end up missing them. So, yeah. And I'm going to go over with Hexwraith green on top of this Tesseract green. Because I think it looks better than... And I've sort of blended the nickel oxide blue, and it's sort of blended into the green a bit, so I'm quite happy with that. I can just get it there. There we go. Okay. Now that's going to be the undercloth. We've also got to quite happy with that so far. That's looking reasonably good. Well, I'm happy with it anyway. Right, turn now. What the fuck? Well, hopefully that hasn't. Sorry about that, folks. I think so. We seem to have dropped off for some reason then. Yeah. OBS having a bit of a dicky fit. Hopefully you can still hear me fine and everything else is okay for sound wise and viewing. Somebody can let us know, it'd be much appreciated. So I want the nick. And you got Marcus saying, looking good, Ross. I have to sign off here and see you well. Oh, thank you very much for letting us know. Cheers for that, and thanks for popping in, Marcus. I know you're not too good, but hopefully you'll feel better for Saturday. Where's that? Ah, there it is. Well, a bit of hoof in that in there. There we go. That. Now, where's me? Wait a minute. Not that one, not that one. That's Iron Hand Steel. That one. That's one. No. Yeah, you got one. Dope. Yeah. Silver. Gotcha. Need that as for the main arm, but now what I'm doing here is just I want to highlight some of this armor. It's usually metal plate here. One there. And that top one there. Also a couple of plates of armour there. Now with these, there's also like where there's this cloth here, I'll be doing that into a different colour in a moment, but there's also some chainmail I want to do just inside here. Now the chest plates, which here around what he's wearing here, those I'm going to be doing it in a lead belcher. And then over that lead belcher I will be going over with, where are you now? Reichling flesh shade. So it gives it like a rusty effect look. That's what I'm intending for it anyway. Missed bone the other. There's also a bit of chainmail inside there to do that I've missed. They're just basically subtle differences in the colours. Not a lot, but there is subtle. The old lead belch is a lot darker than the other one. Actually some visible chainmail there as well, so we'll have to do that as well. On both the arm and the back, so we'll get them done now. And I think there's also a belt along there as well. It seems to be running across here and down, and there's also a saddle. I've got, you can see part of the front of it. And the runes, is what I want black for. Belt going around. Saddle. Belt, I think, comes down there as well. So now I think the base coat over here, that I'll be doing in the McCrag blue. Well, not McCrag blue. Well, that is this is the one I want. It should be Chantor blue, and then his sort of like his rest part there, his coverlet, I should say, will be done in chrome red. I think it is, just to give it some sort of depth, and then I'll go again with that with the Reichland flesh shade, just to try and sort of like dumb it down a bit. And we've got Chrono Man joining us. Good evening, Chrono, and welcome to the stream. Some of it empty. Mix it like that. Oh, excuse me. I've just got the rain still on here, have I? Now, this black, even though it looks a bit stark at the moment, will be blended down a little bit, because I'm going to go over with, once I've got the final green on and everything, I will be going over with Korax white to sort of like highlight the edges of it, and that should sort of catch that black bit down as well. Oh, that be done. Now, you get that blending a bit there. The good thing about using this, the blue that I've got here, it will be again sort of like go darker once it, well, go a bit lighter when I've got the highlighting of it. Once I've done that part, I'm beginning to like the look of this now. And I'll use a lighter blue to highlight the edges on that one by a little dry brush, and a smaller amount onto this section. It's just a matter of getting this part done, and then I'll go over with the Noon oil, and it should sort of blend it down. I'm not wanting to get a full dark coat on this because I want the actual white to come through from underneath. Yep. Now, for a singlet, we've got to do that, but we want the lead belcher again first. Well, that isn't. It's the other one I want. Iron hand steel. Oh. Well, I want this iron hand steel. I missed a bit of this chainmail underneath there. Like so. So I missed that as well. Just there. There we go. So yeah, I think that's looking reasonably good now. That's what I'll be doing with the green. I'll go over top of that one as well, that piece, and blend that all together. I know I've now got to repaint that piece because I don't like the colours of it, so those will be redone. I think it's going to be a lot better when it is. Now, that's pretty bone, because I'm going to do the inside, all this section here, inside here. That's all going the ashratty bone to sort of build it through. I don't want it to look too far out of place, which it will do if I don't, in my personal opinion. And again, that'll all get covered in Agrat's earth to sort of like brown it down and darken it. So now we want the chrome red. Yes, I'm a brush licker. And again, I'll go over the chrome red with none oil, and that will make it look a lot dirtier and blend in. But I'll also use one of the oranges, I think it's the Troll Slayer orange, as a highlight to the edge of the earheads. Just sort of blend it down a bit and bring it out a little bit more. I think this is looking in my opinion, it's looking better than what it would be if I was just to do it all in nickel oxide. I think that looks it looked a bit too dull. And this way I'm just sort of like having fun with using different colours and techniques while I'm painting it. What I do was also with the skull sockets on the horse, I'm going to use the Tesseract Glow just to highlight his eye sort of sockets area. I just think it looks better than leaving them just darker. There we go. Just a little bit there. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, better, I think. You can see it's all coming together slowly. You've got Quamas, and I can think of things you could lick what are more horrific than a brush. Well, yeah, very true. But yeah, I find with licking the brush tip you get a better point on it anyway. Also helps keep it clean. So now with this, I'll need to go over with the other green. There it is, the hex ray. That's all that. Yeah, that's it. Around this side. You see it's coming out just the way I did that, the happy accident of what happened earlier on, where it looks better, in my opinion, where you got the mixture of the two colours. Well, the two technical paints build no one over the other. You got Korra Man saying, taking a full-on swig of Agrax Earthshade, that's hardcore nutter territory. Oh dear. Quite happy with that now. Just a couple of little bits I need to touch up. So, yeah. So I'm quite happy with that so far. Look reasonably good. But yeah, I think it's careful. Do that before I end up knocking it over. But you can definitely tell the difference between the two, where bring it down that way. You can see that one's a lot darker, and with the green subtly underneath it as well, sort of burns two together. But that one's, to me, looks a bit too dark. So with the other green underneath the lighter one, it seems to make it more of a ghoulish type thing. I think Korra saying, but I was really thirsty that day. Yeah. I bet. Whatever tickles your fancy, lad. Okay, so that's that. Going down quite nicely. Well, what I want to do now is use the Reichland Flesh Shade over the armour and the chainmail. Give it more of a rusty look, and then what I'll do afterwards, I'll dry brush carefully around the edges of the armour with the Stormhost Silver. That way it just brings up the lighter parts of it. That's looking too bad. And then we should be able to bring up the for that actually. That's better. Bring that up the saddle line in. So now we want the aggregates. There it is. With this, I'm going to use over the top of the bones again. So then, sort of like, I can zoom down a bit. And it sort of makes them look older. I just like the way it sort of like falls in and sort of like highlights the rib cages and the bone pieces. I've actually missed a piece of bone there as well. Okay. So there we go. It's them semi-weathered in at the moment. As like I said, with the eye sockets, I will be, as I said, using the Tesseract glow on them. I think it just stands out a bit better, that's all. So, I'm just going to go in there with the old Agrax there, so just to blend that bit down. Oh. There we go. Yeah. There we go. That's that bit. We need that. Bring them out for a minute. One of his little elbows or shoulders there. And his neck. There we go. So that's that. Now I'm going to use, well, I was going to use the orange, but I'm going to use a lighter red just to make use of that. doing over the edges of his cloak with Evil Sun Scarlet. I'm just literally using the tip of the brush just to wipe over the edges. And then just basically just doing slight little drag marks down the cloak. So just making small little highlights really on where the folds are. Good. Thanks. It just gives it a little bit of depth for his cloak. So yeah, so you can't really see it there. I mean, hopefully when I put some photos up, I can get better ones that will show it up a lot better than what it does on there. But yeah, sadly, it's not gonna. Camera's not gonna be. I mean, if I had my light working, you might have been able to see it a bit better, but sadly not. Because the little munchkins are obviously been playing, and I forgot to check it before I come on. So that's that bit all sort of like semi sort of done. Now with the overcover for the horse, I want a lightish blue, which is that one there, which is Lothian blue. Don't get to use this very often. Yes, definitely needs a good thing. And like what I've done with the cloak on the red, I'm going to do the same sort of thing with the it looks a bit light at the moment, but when I go with the Agrax Earth shade, it will darken down a little bit more. So okay, got those highlights done. And so we're going over with Agrax Earth shade, just to darken that cloak down a little bit and make it look a bit old and weathered. And I'll probably end up getting a couple of coats. The fun part is when I remember when I'm doing this sort of thing, I have a bad temperament of actually forgetting what technique I've used and sometimes what colours. So I end up having to play around with them just to figure out what I've done. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that so far. The Raglan Flesh Shade. There's just a little bit of armour that I want to put onto that one too. And I'm going to probably go over his cloak as well with the Raglan Flesh Shade. Or his singlet. Definitely happy with that. A little bit of metal plate going down the side of the neck there that I've missed. I'll have to get that off in a minute. But it's 11:30 already. Blimey. Well, so far I've got that piece done tonight. Bring. There we go. There we go. It's a bit better. But yeah, got that piece done. Only another sort of like 30-40 pieces to go. So hopefully you should be able to get a better understanding when that starts all going together. Hopefully. Yeah, never know. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm quite happy with the way that's turning out so far. It looks better than the sort of like, as I said, that one. I think that one's a bit too, the green at the base here is a bit too dark. And as I said, that was just basically a test piece, but I'll get that resprayed in white and then I'll go over it again. But yeah, I'm definitely happy the way this cloak's worked out here, his singlet and everything. Yeah. So we'll go up to facey cam. And I've got an early start tomorrow morning. Face cam. There we go. There we go. Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button. Turn that one off. There we go. It's not completely blinding you. Oh, is that camera's gone up a bit high. There we go. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying the little journey I'm taking so far with it. Yes, the horse does seem to have a bit of a snotty nose because that's got part of the plasm, as they call it, spectral plasm, whatever, for coming out of it and all over parts of it, mate. So yeah, I was intending to actually paint the skulls on this one, but I've forgotten. I'll get them done over the next couple of days, and then we'll hopefully have a bit more done with the rest of the horses. There's another, I think, 3 horses or 4 horses to go, and there's quite a bit more detail in this part here that's got to go all done, and a lot more spectral part and skeleton, and a few skeletons hidden into it. But yeah, I'm gonna have fun with them, so they say. I've actually done, I think, I'm not sure, that might be okay, but we'll see. I'll work out where that piece goes at some point. But yeah, so thank you very much for joining me tonight. It's been very, very much appreciated. I hope you're enjoying what's going on. At some point, because I know this is going on quite some time, I may just sort of like drop and do another figure, like one of my little Space Marine figures or something like that, in the process of doing this one, just sort of break it up a little bit. So hopefully people won't get too bored of just seeing this, even though it's now starting to come together a bit. But you never know. Oh, my coffee's gone cold. So all I can say is thank you for joining me tonight, and I'll be back on Saturday morning with Roran, and he'll be doing his Lego, which is his Coast Guard helicopter. I will be doing my Lego lorry, which is a big yellow lorry. Well, not big, but like the rest of my lorries that I do. And I'll also be on again on Saturday evening at 10 o'clock. I think Saturday morning with Rowan is at 11:45 to 12:45. And then Saturday evening is from 10 o'clock till whenever we finish. With me and Marcus. Now, I'm not sure if Marcus will be here this weekend because it depends how he's feeling. Hopefully he'll be feeling a lot better soon. He has got his sinusitis playing him up a little bit at the moment. So yeah, all I can say for now is bye bye, take care, stay safe, and happy modelling. Bye bye for now.